Oh, well, should we get started?
Yes,
All
let's get
right.
started. Okay, welcome you guys to another Wellness Wednesday. And we're going to keep the theme going with the gut health that we've been covering for like the last 2 or 3 weeks. And my name is Lori, and this is
Danette.
and we are going to be showing you guys how we incorporate some fermented foods throughout the day in our meals. And we're also going to cover the 3 Ps.
What are the 3 Ps?
I'm glad you asked. Okay, the first one is prebiotics, and then probiotics and phytonutrients.
I like those Ps.
I do too. Those are the ones I chose.
Okay.
Okay, so we are going to start with showing you guys how to make some sauerkraut.
Okay.
Is that what we're
Do you
doing
know
first?
why
Oh,
sauerkraut would be so
go back.
important?
Why? Why, Danette? Why would sauerkraut be
One
so
of those Ps that you talked about. It actually, it's probably got both. It's got the probiotics and it's also got prebiotics because there's fiber in that cabbage.
Yep.
In your lovely cabbage. So I found myself 15 years ago living in Germany. We were both military spouses, and we both lived in Germany, not at the same time.
No.
And for some reason, I just didn't acclimate well, and I kept getting every bug that was going around. And I probably was on antibiotics 6 times over a 2-year period.
Oh, that's so bad.
We didn't know.
I
We didn't
know.
know. I literally could call up our military doctor, and he would just prescribe them for me. So we get back to the States, and I all of a sudden am having terrible digestive issues. And after a 2-year period, I had started getting very puffy. I was very gray. I would have to leave parties early, which I love a good party.
No, that's very sad.
I would eat foods and and I would go to the doctor and they'd be like, we don't know what's going on. And nobody ever said, and I was clueless, nobody ever said, maybe it's the food you're eating. I mean, that makes so much sense, right? That would be, but I didn't put, I knew fast food was bad for me. It didn't stop me from eating it, but I knew it was bad for me. I knew Coke was bad for me, but I still drank it because I needed that pick me up in the afternoon. But I had a really good friend, and
it wasn't me.
It wasn't her, but I had another good friend who said, why don't you just come check out this doctor that I've been seeing? And I went, and he was a naturopath, and he goes, you have to come off all dairy. And I was a farm girl, and to come off dairy, I just thought that was the meanest, cruelest thing. I thought the guy was crazy. Later that week, I was having terrible issues, and my girlfriend was just like, just try it. So I went off dairy, and within 3 days, I felt amazing. And that was just the beginning. That was like the light bulb moment that food really is powerful. And so I, for 12 years, stayed off dairy. I realized that all those antibiotics were not great for my gut health. And I started looking at how I could get in tons and tons of fruits and vegetables, because those phytonutrients I knew were great for my gut and for the fiber. And I was also looking at fermented foods, and a midwife friend taught me how to make kombucha, which we're still making, which is really fun.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, I was making this green smoothie every day so I could get in my fiber. I did like a whole small head of romaine. It had a whole pear, a whole apple, 2 bananas, lime juice, lemon juice, the orange, 2 sticks of celery. I mean, there was so much garbage. I mean, good stuff in there. And I would blend it up, and it was like sludge. And I would make myself drink this every day. And finally I listened to a friend, and I had a friend who kept saying, you need to check out Juice Plus. And I just was like, what? It just never made sense to me. But then, you get kind of tired of drinking that every day. And she finally got me to sit down and take a look. And I started Juice Plus, and literally within 2 weeks, the pain that I still had in my digestion was gone. And I was like, what is this voodoo stuff you've given me? Could it be really helping? I mean, because I'd already been doing some things. And sure enough. And then we started doing like a jump start and I incorporated the shakes, which were great. And we will talk about those in a minute. But I think you need to get started on sauerkraut. That's what these people are here for.
Yes.
They want
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you guys, you're not going to believe how easy this is when I show you. You're going to be like, and the difference when you make it homemade versus when you buy it in the store, the taste, it's like night and day. Okay. So I've already shredded up some of it just for, time's sake. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to pull off the outer leaf. Is it called a leaf?
Yep.
Okay. And you save that. So I'm going to chop off everything but the core. Just going to do a little bit. Just make some pieces here. So they'll fit in here. I'm going to shove it in here.
I love cabbage.
There we go.
Cabbage kind of gets a bad rap.
You can
I don't
cut,
know why we don't eat cabbage all the time.
I know, you can cut it with a knife too, but this is so much easier. So, oh, there's, my husband must be home. Okay. And all I did, I'm using the, what do you call this thing?
Blade,
No. More, give me more. It's
shredder,
slicer.
slicer.
It's the slicer attachment. Not the one with all the little holes, just in case. Okay. So we're going to pour all this into a bowl. One head of cabbage can fit into 1 quart
Dang.
here, mason jar, and you want the wide mouth. It's a little easier to work with. So my favorite salt. This is not a commercial, but just, Redmond salt, real salt.
Redmond's good
I
because it's
do
got
like
tons
it.
of minerals.
It does.
We don't talk about
here's
minerals enough.
And I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of salt in it for each head of cabbage. So if you
That's it.
that's it. Let's mix it up.
It's so pretty. Redmond's is pink. I like pink salt.
And then I massage it. And then she's going to talk.
how long do you? Okay, because how long do you have to do that?
You are going to do this, I don't know, maybe 3-4 minutes. You could do it
That's-
longer, just really get it mixed. And the whole thing is going to shrink down. And there's going to be so much liquid in here.
So you're
And the
basically squeezing the
you're
water.
squeezing the water out.
Fantastic. Okay, so I told you that when I was really working on my gut health, I was really working on those prebiotics, those probiotics, and those phytonutrients.
Right.
And our jump start, which includes Juice Plus and our complete shakes,
Right.
great for gut health. Great for gut health. And I'm going to tell you why. You know how they say, don't ever eat anything that you can't pronounce.
That's a lie. It's a lie.
There is a word on the back of this, and it is one of my favorite ingredients, incomplete, and we do not talk about it enough.
No, because we can't pronounce it.
It is a fructooligosaccharides. Okay, so and all that is a prebiotic. It's a prebiotic fiber, and
I think
when you drink this, it feeds the good gut bacteria. So maybe you started your very first jump start in January, February, and you drank your first shake, and then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, I could clear out a room. I'm just being honest.
yeah.
That is the fructooligosaccharides, and it's feeding the good gut bacteria.
Yep.
And so I'm going to show you what it is. So this is just a blood orange because I didn't have a regular orange. Look how pretty. Our fruits and vegetables pretty. I just think they're so beautiful. I know. Our studio, our live studio audience is just thrilled. So all fructooligosaccharides, like now I'm even tripping on the word. It's just a prebiotic fiber. This is inulin, which is in the same family. And it sort of has a sweet caramely taste.
Oh,
And
okay.
so I'm going to sprinkle it on these oranges. So
do I get to eat it?
you can taste it.
You have to feed me because I'm busy.
This just got weird. You have to feed me. Hold on, I'm trying to get it.
Wait, it's an orange, right? Not a grapefruit. Okay.
No, it's
I
a
don't-
blood orange.
A blood orange. Okay.
I think they taste like sweet tarts. got weird. What do you think? Is it caramely?
Mhm.
Here, I'm going to pass it over to our audience
Actually, that's really good.
so you guys can try it.
Wait,
Okay. But because you are not supposed to, eat anything that you can't pronounce, let me help you. We're gonna play a little game. Is this gonna be backwards? Kathy,
Oh,
are
it
my
is
words
backwards.
No.
Oh, no,
Okay.
you're good. So say fruc,
Fruit,
toe,
toe, fruit, toe,
liga,
liga,
saccharide.
saccharide.
Should we try it again? Let's do a little faster. Fruit, toe, liga, saccharide. Lori's been trying all day. She can't quite get it. But now you know how to say it, and you know what it is when you see it on the back of your complete, and that is your prebiotic fiber. And there's other fibers in here, and there's phytonutrients in here.
It's good.
I can't say it good enough. Okay. Oh my word!
I know. Fructooligosaccharides.
All we did was eat an orange.
Look at this, you guys.
Wow,
Look at all that.
that's
A ton of it.
amazing.
Okay. So,
Just from massage.
yes, that's just from massaging
I
it.
know we
So
weren't paying any attention to you.
I'm getting my jar
Mhm.
and I'm just going to start kind of shoving it in there. Make up your mind, dog. Sorry, my dog's scratching at the door.
It's real life, friends.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe I should have done a little bit more. You want to fill it up so you have like 1 or 2 inches from the top. But this is going to be a little less. I have a tamper here. I can use my hand also. You want to squish it down because you want no oxygen inside there.
Okay.
And as I do that, wait, I'm going to put all the liquid in there. Okay. Squish it down. Squish it good. Okay.
Okay, so put in the chat if you're going to try to make sauerkraut. I want to know who's willing to try making sauerkraut. It really was cabbage and salt, and you
It was.
squeezed it and you stuck it in a jar.
That's pretty much it. Then this piece that I told you guys to kind of save, you kind of you want to cut it out the size of the opening. Should I tell them about our experience with knives?
No.
I can tell you what one of the girls did.
Oh.
She was taking notes and she said, she was taking all the notes and she continued to write, shove the dog.
Okay, so you have this
He's
little
like right here.
circle
Come here.
and you throw it down in
Say hi.
here.
Here. He's so.
He
Now
likes
you're
to be in the middle
famous. You're gonna be
Okay.
Zoom famous.
Now you want to add a weight, and it can be like a shot glass. If you have anything heavy. I actually ordered these from Amazon. I think it's a pickle from a pickle kit.
Oh, maybe.
It comes with these little glass weights. So I use those. You just throw it in there. Like I said, you want everything to be under the water and
Okay.
stay that way.
So are people in the chat are they going to be making sauerkraut?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Very excited. They're taking notes feverishly and I let them know. We will share.
The recipe.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Also, you can add other things. I love it just plain, but you could add grated ginger, grated turmeric. You can put in like caraway seeds
Yum.
or dill or whatever you want to throw in there. And then these are little pickle pipes.
I
think
call
that's
them
what they call it.
burping lids.
Burping lids? I think they're pickle pipes. I know
I've never heard it called a pickle.
They have a little hole at the top just so that this is going to ferment and create a lot of bubbles, like a lot of CO2 is going to come up. And so you want to keep the oxygen from going in, but you want to let the gases be able to come out, because if you don't, it could break your glass, and that's no fun. So, but if you don't have that, you can use a solid lid, tighten it, and then just back it off a little bit so that the gases can, come out.
Fantastic. So if somebody didn't want to buy or want to make sauerkraut, what do they need to look for when they're buying sauerkraut?
Ooh, make sure it says raw. It's not going to be in a can. It's usually in the refrigerated section.
Okay. It has to say raw, and it probably will say something about live cultures or
Yes.
probiotics or something on there. The stuff in the can that you eat on a hot dog, I have learned, not alive,
It doesn't taste good
not
either.
alive.
Then you want to put this, I put it in my pantry for, they say 1 to 2 weeks. I usually keep it in there like 20 days. I like it very fermented. And then basically you just take your little weight out, your little leaf out, and just, you know, throw it into your fridge, and it will keep fermenting, but the refrigerator will slow it down. But the flavor will even get better the longer it sits. And it's so good. So here is, okay, I made this on Sunday. So this one,
Oh, look at the color difference already.
yeah,
Wow.
how it's
And where do you
changed.
get the pickle paste?
Amazon has them. It comes with the tamper. If you just put pickle
Pickle
pickle.
Somebody find it on Amazon.
It's
I
on
bought
there.
mine from, there's also a great website called Cultures for Health. And
Oh, they have them
they
too.
have them,
But they're
all
cheaper on
as
Amazon.
a kit.
Okay, so one of the ways how I like to eat my sauerkraut, you guys might think this is weird, but I am obsessed with it. These are scrambled eggs, and I love putting sauerkraut on my scrambled eggs.
I've seen her do it.
And I know I do all the time. And then took these from my tower garden, just some little microgreens and a breakfast.
So you got phytonutrients, you got probiotics, you got prebiotics. You
And
got
those
your
are
green peas
broccolis. Yeah,
with your eggs and some protein.
I know. All of it.
Also a pea.
I know.
How else do you like to eat your sauerkraut?
On a salad, or I would probably even, if I had a sweet potato baked, I would even put it on that. I pretty much you can put it on everything.
I'm gonna have to try the sweet potato. To me, it sounds nasty.
Oh, no.
And I like all things.
I
But
think
will
it would
try-
be
I actually have
delicious.
some baked sweet potatoes in, and I will report back.
Yeah,
Okay. So how else do you like? So that's breakfast.
that's breakfast. Lunch is my salad that I put it on, but I know you've got a lunch here you want to share.
Actually, we're gonna share some dinner.
Oh,
So
dinner.
our friend Katie, who is supposed to be here in our live studio audience, I'm calling her out in front of all of you. She has taught me how to up level my pizza game. And she did it by doing the 3 Ps. And so,
Watch out, puppy.
we're gonna start with this. We're gonna start, so if you sourdough, I just posted on my Instagram, my Facebook, under Danette Blair, in case you want to go look, the pizza crust recipe. If you don't sourdough, you can just make any pizza crust recipe or buy a mix from the store. It doesn't really matter. The thing is that what she's doing, instead of putting down cornmeal and using that as something to keep your pizza dough moving, she actually decided, where is my, oh, here it is. She started grinding up flaxseed. Now, flax seeds are great for omegas and lots of fiber.
Mhm.
And so it really up levels your pizza game. So what she does is she puts plenty down on her parchment or her pizza stone. I'll pull it back a little bit so you can see. And then she sprinkles a good amount on top. And you just start moving your pizza dough out. And make sure it doesn't stick. Make sure you keep moving it. If it gets sticky under there, go ahead and add a little bit more of the flax. And you're just doing flaxseed instead
The
of,
bubble.
and we're just using flaxseed and flax meal instead of cornmeal. It's an easy swap. You're not going to taste the difference. It's got kind of a nutty flavor.
It's good.
And it really gives you a nice nutritional punch for your pizza. Okay, so that's step 1 of getting our 3 Ps into our pizza. Here's number 2. So once you roll out your pizza crust and get it into a nice circle, I pop it into a hot oven for 7 minutes and par bake it. So then we're going to, oh, can you grab me a spoon?
Mhm.
You're going to find a pizza sauce that you like. Look for one that doesn't have a lot of stuff in it, so that it's just like tomatoes and spices and garlic and
No sugar.
little to no sugar, right? And here's the key with pizza is you want really thin layers. So you're going to just put your pizza sauce down. Now, one thing we haven't talked about, we've talked about how we get in fiber with all of our vegetables and stuff, but those phytonutrients are really high in things like spices. And so Katie showed me, this is oregano from my garden. She really puts in lots of layers of herbs because your gut loves herbs. And so there's some oregano. We're going to do some fennel. Fennel is great for digestion. And you just sprinkle this on. I promise you, you won't, it's not going to be like overpowering or anything. It just gives it a good hit. So, and then this is just some basil. And do you like spice?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then we'll do some
I
crushed.
feel like she even puts more of that on.
Yes, she goes like
piles
crazy.
on
Like you can't even see like
you can't. Yeah, it's like covered. It looks like, you know.
she lets it just. I'm making a mess in your
You're
kitchen.
right.
Your kitchen's so pretty. And then just like a good pinch of the
Red pepper.
red pepper flakes. I love pepper flakes.
Me too.
So on the jump start, one of the things we do is we tell you to reduce dairy, especially if you've never done that, because sometimes when we're eating a lot of conventional dairy, it causes a lot of disruption. So if you can tolerate dairy, I love doing fresh mozzarella because it is way easy for your stomach to digest compared to harder. So this is fresh mozzarella. It's the one that comes in like the big log and you have to slice it and it's really soft. So you can do that. But if you're avoiding dairy, there's this stuff called miocos, and it's a liquid cheese.
I've been looking for that. I went to two grocery stores and I couldn't find
I
it.
will leave this here for you. I am that kind of a friend.
Sorry, good
So-
friend.
And what I like to do is I like to make little puddles of it. I know. You know, miocos is one of the ones when I went dairy-free 12 years ago.
They made
the
goat cheese.
The non-dairy stuff was disgusting. It was so gross. The
Mhm.
non-dairy ice creams. We
Yeah.
really have come a long way in flavor as far as those things. You just have to watch because a lot of them have a lot of stuff in there that you really may or may not want to eat. But Miyoko's she is really passionate about keeping things gut friendly, and this is just really tasty. She worked really hard to make this come about. So now you're going to pop this in the oven
Then like magic.
like magic. Oh, we have one. Oh, it's like the magic of television. We have a pizza. So you can see the non-dairy gets you can kind of see through it. And so it's kind of a different color than the regular cheese. But what I love to do, I didn't bring a pizza cutter.
Oh, I have one.
But one of the things that we learned when we were in Germany, do you remember the first time you ordered a pizza in Germany? Like it either had an egg on it or it had a whole like salad.
Well, ours
top.
had 2 eggs and they called it Sophia Loren.
Stop it right
I
now.
love it. I kid you not.
Stop it right now.
Jeff ordered it all the time.
I don't even know what's this time. What am I supposed to? How am I supposed to follow that up?
Tell a joke.
that was the joke. Oh my gosh.
Yes, there
So,
was a joke
oh, here.
someone offered us.
Huh?
What do you call it? Cranky German.
Oh, what do you call a cranky German?
Cranky German. A sauerkraut.
Oh, okay. Do you want to
That's
taste?
funny.
Do you want to taste the non-dairy one?
Yeah.
That's that piece.
That's
Have you ever had sauerkraut on your pizza?
No, but put it on.
You guys, she puts sauerkraut on everything.
Seriously, it's so good. And that's just the plain one, that one.
This is just plain.
Yeah.
She also has a bunch of flavored kombuchas over here.
Yeah.
So you could really like make pizza and like and use your kombucha like it's your soda pop for the night. And
Can they hear me chew?
it's like maybe they can hear you chew. We don't know. How is it with sauerkraut?
It's really good.
Is it?
No, we should, yeah, it should be a staple on.
We could
Pizzas.
start a new trend.
Mhm.
We will do it. All right, I'm gonna try it. Wait, I should wait till at least one of us has a free mouth to talk.
Go ahead. That's really good.
Okay, before I take this bite, next week, Dr. Sears is going to be here. We're going to continue our conversation on gut health. If you
In the
missed
brain.
last week, you learned how to make pickles. So go back and watch that one.
Mhm.
Next week, Dr. Sears is going to be talking about the gut-brain connection and why we have to keep this healthy to keep this healthy.
Mhm.
And so I'm really looking forward to that.
Yep.
And if you're ready to jumpstart to better health with us and take your Juice Plus and start your shakes,
March
that's going to
4th.
start March 4th.
Yep.
Uh,
Tell me that's not your favorite way now.
Okay.
It's not strong, is it?
That's good.
Oh, hello.
And we got a new
Video
thing.
audience.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, you guys want some too?
Is it under our chair?
I know.
Are
Our
you-
live studio audience is wanting to finish this pizza.
They're
so
drooling right now.
I know.
Yes.
With that, we're going to tell you guys good night.
Yep. I'm glad you came.
Thanks for opening up your home, Lori.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right,
Come back
guys.
anytime.